This year's Utah treasure hunt is in full swing, and the chase is getting wild. A $25,000 chest is hidden somewhere near Salt Lake City, and thousands of treasure hunters are hiking trails, decoding clues, and buzzing with theories. But as the frenzy builds, some important ground rules and real-life complications are starting to emerge. Let's start with a word of warning. Lulin Falls, also known as Pharaoh's Glen, has been at the center of recent speculation. But the owner of the private wedding venue has made it crystal clear. No calls, no emails, no visits, no treasure hunting. The trail to Pharaoh's Glen is entirely on private property, and accessing it breaks two of the foundational hunt rules. It's off limits, period. And with weddings happening almost daily, the last thing staff or guests need is a parade of treasure seekers showing up uninvited. So, where is the treasure? The chest has always been cleverly hidden, tucked under pine needles covered with small stones, but never buried so deep you need tools. If your hands and your brain are working together, you'll be fine. One searcher put it best. You shouldn't need a shovel, just insight. Clues point to a trail that can be completed in under an hour from the parking lot. It's not in a national or state park, and yes, you'll likely have cell service wherever it is. One popular theory? Ghost Falls Trail. Why? Line 1. Ghost stories equals Ghost Falls. Line 4. Arrows on the trail equals confirmed clue. Line 5. The waterfall disappears and reappears equals peekaboo. Line 6. Memory Cove. Line 7. Creepy-looking bridge line. 8. Whistling wind into another trail. Still, most hunters admit that lines 9 to 12 remain a mystery. For now. Veteran hunters are reminding everyone, don't overthink every word. Here's a breakdown of the common structure from past years. First 4 lines get you to the general area. Next 4 equals lead to the trailhead. Final 4 guide you on the trail to the treasure. And don't forget the central theme of the poem this year. Music, yes. People are diving into everything from Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon to Princess Peach's theme from Mario Kart. And somewhere in all this harmony is the prize. Of course, what would a treasure hunt be without a little chaos? Some folks are watching old Robin Hood cartoons, digging through B-side Pink Floyd lyrics, Googling pyramids of Utah, counting how many times Bowser says peaches in the Mario movie. Is it all connected? Maybe, maybe not. Some believe the pharaoh mentioned in the poem is less literal than it sounds. Maybe a spire, a tomb-like cave, or just a rock that vaguely resembles a sphinx. The arrow? That clue's confirmed. It's real. It's on a trail. The music? Possibly a callback to a tune you whistle, or a shadow that teaches more than the light. As one hunter said, "We whistled tunes with Peach in mind, yet shadows grew, the path aligned." Oh, where does that leave us? Somewhere under the Utah sun, on a trail you can walk in an hour, is $25,000 waiting to be found. You don't need a shovel, you don't need to trespass, but you do need patience, clever thinking, and maybe a little musical inspiration. The next clue drops Friday. Until then, happy hunting. Let's talk about the official hints, because if you're still spinning your wheels, these might just reset your compass. Hint number 1, a central theme of this year's poem is music. Released July 18th, 2025. That's your anchor. Music is not just a flavor, it's the framework. This year's poem is packed with musical language. Think, whistle with Princess Peach, references to Dark Side of the Moon, musical royalty metaphors, Peach King, Pharaoh. But don't overcomplicate it. Hunters are finding that music could also mean rhythm, soundscapes on the trail, or even literal tunes connected to game or pop culture. So ask yourself, what sounds are present where you're searching? Whistles, echoes, winds through canyons? Hint number 2. There are no secret double meanings on line 5. There is an arrow somewhere along the trail, and you should follow it. Released July 17th, 2025. This is huge, a rare, straightforward clue in a world of poetic puzzles. Line 5 equals literal. There is a physical arrow, somewhere on the right trail. No metaphor, no hidden message. When you find the arrow, follow it. And remember, some searchers have already spotted arrows painted on trees or trail signs, so keep your eyes open. Hint number 3. From where you park your car, reaching the chest location shouldn't take more than about an hour. Released July 18th, 2025. This one narrows the search way down. You don't need to trek deep into the wilderness. This isn't a multi-day journey or a backcountry expedition. 1 hour or less. From parking lot to chest, round trip or one way, the treasure is accessible. That rules out the more remote trails and helps eliminate places where a hike would require specialized gear or overnight preparation. So if you're hiking for 3 hours, you're probably not on the right trail. Bonus hint from the official rules. The treasure is not on private property. It's not in a national or state park. It's not in any area that requires trespassing or breaking rules. So we can officially cross out Pharaoh's Glen, since it's private and requires rock climbing to get to the geological feature. Stick to legal public access trails. That means national forests, wilderness areas with open access, city or county trails. Not Luland Falls, not Red Butte Gardens, not anywhere you need to sneak past a gate. It's past midnight. The Discord is buzzing, the Facebook threads are spiraling, and Line 7 through Line 10 have officially cracked open a portal to a whole new realm of theory. Let's dive into the madness together. Line 7. Store all these new memories inside the bank. This line is deceptively poetic, but dig a little deeper, and it may be telling you to press pause. Some hunters believe Line 7 marks the end of one trail, a moment to collect your thoughts, or store those memories like a save point in a video game. Others are treating the word bank literally, like a riverbank or maybe a historic rail bank trail. That's led many straight to the Union Pacific Rail Trail, a path built on old train tracks that used to run along an ancient river shoreline. It's even got ties to pioneers, the Pony Express, and early settlers, a match for other parts of the poem. Here's where things get meta. On the surface, it sounds piratey, but treasure hunters are interpreting this as a metaphorical trail marker, a moment where your first path ends and you're being asked to take a leap. But carefully, what is the plank? It could be a literal wooden bridge or narrow walkway, a turning point in your journey, or even a dead-end metaphor, asking you to backtrack. And yes, some claim beam lumber found near Shoreline Trail is the real-world plank. That fits with the idea of being on the edge, but staying back. Here's where the community collectively lost it, and we love it. What does Princess Peach have to do with whistling? A few top interpretations. Warp whistle from Super Mario Bros. 3. It's the same melody Peach uses in Mario Kart and shows up in Zelda. The whistle might imply a shortcut, a warp, or a connection to an earlier trail. Peach is pink. That ties into Pink Floyd and possibly the Dark Side of the Moon coming up next. Train whistle theory. Peach, ours soft, feminine plus whistle. Ours train, ours choo choo. This leads us back to the rail trail, possibly a nod to tracks and trains. Too literal. One hunter said, if you're matching trail names to words in the poem, like a Princess Peach trail, you're probably on the wrong path. The clue isn't about labels. It's about what John and Dave saw while hiking. Pro tip from the pros. You've got to think like them, not just read what they wrote. Line 10, while you listen to Dark Side of the Moon. Now this line is either a trip, a red herring, or a treasure key. At face value, it calls to Pink Floyd's legendary album, Dark Side of the Moon. But here's what's got hunters buzzing. The phrase isn't capitalized, which suggests it's not referring directly to the album. Still, some are syncing the poem with the album, like the old Dark Side of Oz trick, where you play Dark Side over the Wizard of Oz. Others believe this line symbolizes shadow, secrecy, or the idea of being guided by what's hidden, not what's seen. Some even claim this line implies a time limit. The album is 42 minutes long. Maybe the trail should be hiked within that window. And don't forget, Princess Peach plus Pink Floyd equals pink. Throw in tornadoes, Oz, warp whistles, Mario, and pyramids, Egypt, and you've got a swirling metaphor for change, trickery, and illusion. Here's what the hive mind is tossing around right now. Echo Canyon, Weber Valley, for its Egyptian rock formations, ancient trails, and Donner Party history. Union Pacific Rail Trail, historic site with riverbank and plank connections. Shoreline Trail, with actual beams resembling planks and a rumored arrow pointing to it. Red Butte Amphitheater, fabled words resound, it fits. University of Utah, lion-hearted teams, red jewel, ruby equals U of U, and remember, Pulpit Rock, the alleged site of Brigham Young's first speech, was destroyed years ago, making it a fabled place that no longer stands, yet still resonates. If we zoom out, lines 1 through 6 may walk us through one trail. Lines 7 through 10 could mark a transition or reset, and lines 11 through 12? We're not there yet, but you can bet they'll offer the final breadcrumb. And hey, don't get lost in the lyrics. Sometimes the best clues aren't the loudest, they're the ones whispered between the lines. What do you think "walk the plank" really means?